Have you ever felt something change before you saw any proof? Not because they said goodbye, but because your soul noticed the silence at a different temperature. The messages became colder. The distance felt intentional. And suddenly, you're asking a question you never wanted to ask. Am I being replaced? Here's the part almost nobody talks about. An avoidant rarely replaces someone because they've stopped feeling. They often do it because feeling became too dangerous. If you've been lying awake, trying to decode every silence, every new follower, every strange behavior, stay with me, because today you're going to see the signs most people completely miss. And one of them may completely change how you understand what has happened to you. This isn't about creating fear. It's about replacing confusion with clarity. When someone has an avoidant attachment style, they rarely leave emotional fingerprints in obvious places. Instead, they leave patterns. Patterns that make you question your value. Patterns that convince you you're too much. Patterns that slowly steal your confidence while making you believe you're imagining everything. But here's the truth. Your intuition has been collecting evidence long before your mind accepted it. Today, we're exposing 5 powerful signs an avoidant may be trying to replace the emotional connection they once had with you. Not to make you chase, not to make you panic, but so you stop blaming yourself for someone else's inability to stay emotionally present. Because your greatest power begins the moment confusion ends. Let's begin. People often believe that when someone begins changing, it must mean they've finally found themselves. They see the new clothes, the different routines, the sudden confidence, the fresh social circle, and they assume they're witnessing growth. But if you've ever loved someone with strong avoidant tendencies, you know how confusing that transformation can feel. It can happen so quickly that it leaves you wondering whether the person you knew ever truly existed. One day they seem deeply connected to you, sharing quiet moments, making plans, creating memories. Then, almost overnight, it feels as though they've stepped into an entirely different life, one where your presence no longer seems to fit. That kind of shift doesn't just hurt your heart, it shakes your reality, it makes you question your own memory. It makes you wonder if you imagined the closeness, if the laughter meant less than you believed, or if the future you pictured together was only real to you. But before you let those thoughts consume you, pause for a moment. Human beings are incredibly complex, and people change for many reasons. Sometimes those changes are healthy, sometimes they're a genuine attempt to grow after a difficult season. And sometimes, especially when someone struggles with emotional closeness, dramatic change can become a way of creating distance from feelings they don't yet know how to face. It isn't proof that they never cared. It isn't proof that you're replaceable. It may simply be one possible way they try to move forward without sitting with the discomfort of what was left unresolved. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with emotions you've never learned to unpack. Every disappointment, every conflict, every vulnerable conversation becomes another weight inside that bag. Eventually, it feels so heavy that instead of opening it, you decide to buy a completely new backpack from the outside. Everyone sees something shiny and different. They compliment the new look. They assume everything inside has changed, but the weight hasn't disappeared. It has simply been moved. That is why appearances can be misleading. You may look at their new lifestyle and think they seem happier than ever. Maybe they're posting more photos. Maybe they're suddenly traveling, exercising, going out every weekend, or surrounding themselves with people who barely know them. The transformation can feel like a personal message, as if they're announcing to the world that life became better the moment you disappear. That perception can be devastating because your mind immediately begins comparing your quiet healing to their visible activity. Comparison is one of Heartbreak's greatest illusions. You compare your sleepless nights to their smiling pictures. You compare your silence to their loud adventures. You compare your grief to their apparent freedom. But social appearances rarely reveal emotional reality. A photograph captures a second, not a soul. A smile can hide uncertainty just as easily as it can express joy. Someone can be genuinely excited about a new chapter while still carrying unresolved emotions from the last one. The two are not mutually exclusive. The danger begins when you allow their transformation to define your worth. You start asking questions that slowly erode your confidence. Was I holding them back? Why couldn't they become this version while we were together? What did the next person have that I didn't? Those questions feel natural, but they quietly place all the responsibility for another person's journey onto your shoulders. Relationships are shaped by 2 people, not 1. Personal growth or personal reinvention is also influenced by timing, self-awareness, circumstances, and individual choices. Reducing it to "I wasn't enough" oversimplifies something far more complicated. Sometimes people don't change because someone better came along. Sometimes they change because life forced them to confront parts of themselves they had been avoiding for years. Sometimes they change because losing something important becomes a wake-up call. Sometimes they change because they're trying to outrun painful emotions instead of understanding them. And from a distance, those very different paths can look almost identical. That's why you have to stop measuring your value through the lens of someone else's behavior. Your worth was never dependent on whether another person recognized it consistently. Think about a lighthouse standing against the edge of a stormy coastline. The waves crash against it day after day. The wind howls, ships come and go. Some sailors notice its light immediately. Others sail past without appreciating the role it played in keeping them safe. But the lighthouse doesn't dim itself because someone failed to recognize its purpose. It continues shining because that is its nature. Your value works the same way. If someone couldn't fully receive your love, your patience, your loyalty, or your emotional availability, that doesn't automatically diminish those qualities. It simply means there was a mismatch between what you offered and what they were able or willing to embrace at that point in their life. One of the hardest lessons after heartbreak is accepting that another person's choices are not always a verdict on your character. We naturally personalize rejection because our minds crave explanations. We tell ourselves stories that make uncertainty feel manageable, even when those stories are painful. If I was more attractive, if I had been calmer, if I had loved out differently, those thoughts create an illusion of control. If the problem was entirely you, then perhaps changing yourself could have prevented the ending, but life is rarely that simple. Relationships are living systems. They are shaped by communication, emotional readiness, personal history, fears, expectations, and countless invisible influences. Trying to reduce all of that complexity to one flaw within yourself is unfair and deeply inaccurate. If someone appears to become a different person after the relationship ends, don't rush to assume the transformation tells the entire story. People often show the world the version of themselves they most want others to see. That doesn't necessarily reflect everything happening beneath the surface. Even genuine growth takes time, setbacks, reflection, and difficult conversations with oneself. It is usually less dramatic and more gradual than social media or distant observation suggests. The healthiest question isn't, why did they become someone else? The healthier question is, what can I learn from this experience about the kind of relationship I want to build in the future? That question returns your focus to the one life you actually have the power to shape your own. Because healing doesn't begin when another person explains themselves. Healing begins the moment you stop making your identity dependent on someone else's transformation and start investing in your own. When your energy shifts from decoding every move they make to understanding your own needs, your own boundaries, and your own capacity to grow, you reclaim something heartbreak tried to steal, the belief that your future is still yours to create. And that belief is far more powerful than any version of the person they choose to become. One of the most painful experiences after an emotionally distant relationship is watching someone who once claimed they had no time, no energy, or no emotional capacity suddenly appear to have endless enthusiasm for everything else. They start saying yes to invitations they would have declined before. They pick up new hobbies. They become active on social media. They seem constantly surrounded by people. They laugh in pictures, make spontaneous plans, and somehow look more available to the world than they ever seemed available to you. If you've lived through that, it's understandable. If your first thought was, why couldn't they do that when we were together? That question can echo through your mind for weeks or even months because it feels deeply personal. It feels like evidence that you simply weren't worth the effort. But before you accept that conclusion, recognize something important. Human behavior is rarely as straightforward as it appears from the outside. Energy is influenced by countless factors: timing, stress, emotional readiness, life circumstances, personal growth, and the kinds of interactions a person feels equipped to handle. Someone appearing more socially active or invested elsewhere does not automatically mean they cared less about you. In some cases, especially with people who struggle with emotional intimacy, they may find surface-level interactions easier to manage than relationships that require deep vulnerability and consistent emotional presence. Think about the difference between standing in shallow water and diving into the middle of the ocean. Standing near the shore feels safe. You can see the bottom, you can leave whenever you want, but swimming into deeper water requires trust, courage, and the willingness to face uncertainty. Deep relationships often ask people to do something similar. They invite honesty, accountability, emotional openness, and difficult conversations. For someone who finds vulnerability overwhelming, that depth can feel intimidating, even if they genuinely value the relationship. This is where many people begin blaming themselves. They see someone investing time in new friends, new experiences, or new connections, and assume it means those interactions are somehow more meaningful. Yet, meaningful and emotionally demanding are not always the same thing. Casual conversations, group activities, and lighthearted friendships can feel far less emotionally risky than a close partnership where another person truly sees your fears, your insecurities, and your inner world. That distinction matters because your mind may be comparing two completely different kinds of investment. You remember asking for quality time, meaningful conversations, reassurance, or emotional consistency. Those requests required emotional engagement. Now you're watching them spend hours at social events or posting pictures from weekend adventures. It is tempting to conclude they suddenly develop unlimited emotional capacity. But visible activity and emotional availability are not identical. A calendar can be full while a heart remains guarded. The mistake many people make after heartbreak is assuming that attention always equals emotional depth. It doesn't. A person can be surrounded by dozens of people and still struggle to let anyone truly know them. They can appear outgoing while privately avoiding the kinds of conversations that require genuine self-reflection. They can keep moving from one distraction to another because stillness forces them to confront feelings they would rather postpone. At the same time, it's important not to romanticize emotional distance or excuse hurtful behavior. If someone repeatedly neglected your emotional needs, dismissed your concerns, or consistently failed to show up for the relationship, your pain is real. Acknowledging that reality doesn't require you to assume malicious intent. People can cause significant hurt without fully understanding the impact of their actions. Intent and impact are not always the same, and recognizing that difference allows you to validate your experience without turning another person's behavior into a sweeping judgment about their character. Now consider what happens inside your own mind after seeing the invest elsewhere. You begin replaying every conversation, searching for mistakes. You wonder if asking for reassurance made you too needy. You question whether expressing your feelings pushed them away. You start editing your own memories until you become the villain in a story that was never written by one person alone. Heartbreak has a way of distorting perspective. It convinces you that if someone didn't invest in the relationship the way you hoped, there must have been something fundamentally lacking in you. But another person's limitations are not reliable measurements of your worth. People bring their own histories, fears, habits, and emotional capacities into every relationship. Those influences shape how they connect, communicate, and respond under stress. Reducing the outcome of an entire relationship to your value as a person ignores that complexity. Imagine planting a healthy seed in rocky ground. The seed contains everything it needs to grow, but the environment cannot support it. Does that mean the seed had no value? Of course not. The conditions simply weren't right for it to flourish. Relationships can work in a similar way. Two good people can struggle to meet each other's emotional needs, not because either lacks value, but because their patterns, expectations, or readiness don't align. This perspective doesn't erase disappointment, but it protects you from carrying unnecessary shame. Another trap people fall into is monitoring every detail of the other person's life. Every new friendship becomes a comparison. Every social media update feels like another piece of evidence. Every smile seems like confirmation that they have forgotten you while you are still trying to heal. The more attention you give to those observations, the more your emotional state becomes controlled by information that offers very little real understanding. What you see is only a fraction of someone's life. You don't see the quiet moments when they question themselves. You don't see the conversations they never post. You don't see the private doubts, regrets, or uncertainties they may or may not experience. You are observing selected moments, not the complete story. That is why healing requires redirecting your focus. Every minute spent analyzing another person's choices is a minute not invested in rebuilding your own life. Your future cannot grow if all your energy remains attached to someone else's present. The difficult truth is that closure often arrives not because someone finally explains everything, but because you gradually stop needing every answer. There comes a moment when you realize that constantly asking why they invested their energy elsewhere has kept you from investing in yourself. You postponed your own growth while waiting for their actions to make sense. But your life was never meant to pause indefinitely. There are passions you have yet to discover, friendships waiting to deepen, opportunities you haven't pursued, and strengths that only emerge when you stop living in the shadow of unanswered questions. Your greatest transformation begins when your attention changes direction. Instead of asking, why are they giving their energy to someone else? Ask, where can I invest my energy so that my own life becomes richer, healthier, and more meaningful? That question doesn't erase the hurt overnight. It doesn't magically remove grief, but it quietly shifts the center of your story. No longer are you measuring your value by another person's choices. You begin measuring your life by the values you choose to live, the relationships you intentionally build, and the person you are becoming. And over time, that change becomes something far more powerful than watching someone else move on. It becomes the foundation for your own lasting growth. One of the hardest moments after a relationship ends is seeing someone move into a new connection. Before the emotional dust has even settled, it can feel as though everything you shared was erased overnight. The memories, the promises, the conversations that once felt meaningful suddenly seem overshadowed by the presence of someone new. Your mind immediately begins filling in the blanks. They must never have loved me. They've already forgotten me. I was so easy to replace. Those thoughts arrive quickly because the human mind naturally searches for simple explanations during painful experiences. But relationships are rarely that simple, and visible actions don't always reveal the full emotional story behind them. When someone appears to move on very quickly, it doesn't automatically tell you what they are feeling internally. People respond to emotional loss in different ways. Some withdraw into solitude. Some lean on family and close friends. Others throw themselves into work, travel, hobbies, or new social experiences, and some begin another relationship sooner than others. That choice alone does not provide a complete picture of whether they have processed the previous relationship, nor does it determine how much the previous relationship mattered. Human emotions don't follow identical timelines, and healing is rarely linear. For individuals who struggle with emotional vulnerability, beginning something new can sometimes feel easier than sitting with unresolved emotion. Not because they are intentionally trying to erase the past, but because focusing on something different may temporarily reduce the discomfort of loss. Temporary relief, however, is not the same as emotional resolution. Distraction and healing may look similar from a distance, but they are not the same process. Imagine placing a blanket over a fire instead of extinguishing it. From a distance, the flames disappear and everything appears calm. but underneath, the heat remains. Unless the source is addressed, the fire can continue smoldering out of sight. Human emotions can work in much the same way. Avoiding painful feelings may reduce awareness of them for a while, but unresolved emotions often reappear later in unexpected ways, through recurring patterns, repeated conflicts, or difficulty building lasting emotional intimacy. This is why it's important to be cautious about the stories your mind creates when you see someone enter a new relationship. Your imagination often fills empty spaces with worst-case assumptions. You picture them happier than they ever were with you. You imagine they found everything they were missing. You convince yourself that the new person possesses qualities you never had. But those conclusions are built on very limited information. You are observing moments, not an entire emotional journey. Social media makes this even more difficult. A smiling picture, a romantic vacation, a celebration. A caption filled with optimism. Those snapshots can convince you that someone else's life is perfect while your own feels frozen in grief. But every relationship has private conversations, personal struggles, and emotional complexities that never appear in public. Comparing your private pain to someone else's public highlights creates an unfair comparison that almost always leaves you feeling inadequate. At the same time, it's also important to recognize that people are capable of genuine growth. Sometimes someone enters a new relationship after reflecting on past mistakes and intentionally working to communicate better. Sometimes people learn difficult lessons through heartbreak and become healthier partners later. That possibility exists. But if growth has truly taken place, it is usually built on honest self-reflection, accountability, and consistent effort, not simply the passage of time or the presence of a different partner. Real change begins within, not with a new relationship. Changing partners does not automatically change emotional habits. If someone avoids difficult conversations, struggles to express emotions, or finds vulnerability overwhelming, those patterns often require intentional personal work to improve. New circumstances can create opportunities for growth, but they do not guarantee it. Every relationship eventually reaches moments that require honesty, patience, and emotional courage. Those challenges cannot be permanently avoided simply because the faces involved have changed. Now turn the focus back toward yourself. Why does their new relationship feel so devastating? Often, it isn't only because they are with someone else. It's because your mind quietly transforms their decision into a judgment about your worth. If they can love someone else, I wasn't enough. If they're happy now, I must have been the problem. If they found someone so quickly, everything we shared meant nothing. Those conclusions feel emotionally convincing, but they are not objective facts. They are interpretations shaped by pain. Heartbreak has a remarkable ability to rewrite your self-image if you allow it. It whispers that rejection equals inadequacy, that endings define your value, and that another person's choices reveal your limitations. None of those messages deserve unquestioned acceptance. Think about the sun hidden behind heavy clouds. On a stormy day, it may seem as though the light has disappeared completely. Yet the sun hasn't become smaller or less powerful. It remains exactly where it has always been. The clouds simply change what you can currently see. Your value works the same way. Emotional pain can cloud your perception of yourself, but it cannot erase the qualities that make you worthy of love, respect, and meaningful connection. Another trap is becoming emotionally invested in predicting the future of their new relationship. You begin analyzing every detail, wondering whether it will last, whether they will repeat old patterns, or whether they will eventually realize what they lost. Although those questions are understandable, they quietly keep your emotional energy tied to someone else's life. Even if you eventually discover the answers, they rarely provide the peace you imagine. Healing built on another person's future choices remains fragile because it depends on circumstances outside your control. True freedom begins when you stop waiting for another person's story to validate your own. Whether their new relationship thrives or struggles, your opportunity to build a meaningful life still exists. Whether they remember you fondly or not, your capacity to love, grow, and connect with others remains intact. Whether they ever fully understand your value or not, your worth does not become smaller. The most powerful shift happens when you realize your future no longer needs permission from your past. Every day spent comparing yourself to someone new delays the life you are capable of creating. Every hour spent imagining conversations that may never happen is an hour not invested in becoming stronger, wiser, and more emotionally grounded. One day, you'll notice something remarkable. The questions that once controlled your thoughts begin to lose their intensity. The urge to compare begins to fade. Their choices no longer determine your mood. Their happiness no longer feels like evidence